iRacing has it all. Rich detailed car models, a well-rounded FFB and the best online experience of them all. But with the wrong settings, it's kinda ugly. But what if I told you that with one easy trick you can go from that to this and with no additional software needed? How you can achieve that, which in-game settings make the sim pop, as well as how we get rid of the infamous yellow tint, I'll show you right after the intro. Hi, my name's Joe, welcome to Overtake.gg and a simple tutorial on how to make iRacing look stunning. Maybe you've seen our Season 3 update we did a while back where I mentioned iRacing looking kinda old and not as polished as other sims today. Just have a look at ACC in comparison. On stock settings, the difference is like night and day. But with today's simple trick, iRacing can go toe-to-toe with ACC in the graphics department. And if you want to go toe-to-toe with your opponents as well, consider subscribing and ringing the bell for tons of tutorials, tips and tricks and more on this channel. But back to today's graphics hack. It's also not that hard to set up either, as the software needed for this is usually already installed on your PC. Okay, before we can fine-tune the look and feel of iRacing, we first have to tick a box in the core.ini file of the game. Make sure the sim is closed before we proceed. Next we navigate to Documents, iRacing and open the core.ini file. In line 2 you can find Connect Sockets and change this from 0 to 1 in order to be able to connect to iRacing servers with our color hack enabled. Perfect, then let's move on to our magical program that's already most likely installed. Pretty much every gaming graphics card on the market right now obtains its driver updates from Radeon or GeForce Experience software, which is awesome for us as both of these programs can alter the color settings of our games and save presets to find just the right look. If you have an Nvidia graphics card, follow the timestamp on screen or skip to the Nvidia chapter of this video, because for now we will start with the Radeon software. Open the app via the small icon in the shortcut menu and navigate to Gaming in the top column to see your collection of installed games. Usually iRacing should already be in that list, but if that's not the case, there's an easy trick to add it. Press on the 3 dots above and choose Add a Game. Now navigate to your iRacing installation path, mine's right here, and choose iRacing Sim64 DX11.exe. For sure the name might change whether you have a 64 or 32-bit system installed, but nevertheless the right exe should be located right here. Afterwards we head back to the Radeon software, where we now can click on the iRacing symbol. This opens the tuning menu where you can change stuff around. Let's start on the right with the custom color options. Enable it and feel free to simultaneously open up an iRacing replay or a training session. You can now play with the individual sliders and see in real time how it influences the color of the game. The most important of the 5 sliders is of course the color temperature. iRacing tends to be more on the yellow side, which is why we turned up the blue. Excellent. From there I would say test till your heart's content, or copy my settings. But as this is dependent on the colors of your monitor as well, I advise you fiddle around with it yourself until you're happy with the outcome. We now move on to the green team, but if you also want to see my video settings in game, stick around or jump to the timestamp on screen to see what I run with. Welcome back Nvidia users, it's time to let you in on the magic as well, just like I did with Team Red. So, to start, open GeForce Experience, log in or create an account, and if you don't have GeForce Experience already installed, you can find the download link in the video description. Now let's open up a replay or a test session so we can see the effects in play in real time. Get your car in frame and press Alt and F3 to open the GeForce Experience game filters. Choose one of the 3 presets above and press the plus icon to add a filter. To fix iRacing's yellow tint and overall grainy look, we need the filters color, brightness and contrast, as well as sharpen plus. Let's start with color. Here we can get rid of the yellow by adding some colder temperature to the image. Use the arrow keys on your keyboard to dial it in small steps, until you feel like the colors are back to their neutral tones. With the slider Vibrance we can make the colors pop and add some extra dynamics to the image. Afterwards, we move on to brightness and contrast. With some more contrast and raised up highlights and shadows, we minimize the grain that iRacing has and make distant objects more visible. You can copy these settings on screen or adjust the sliders to your liking. Lastly, we have a look at Sharpness Plus, which gives all textures in the game more detail. This can help you spot brake markers better and gives iRacing a hyper-realistic look. With the split screen effect, you can see the difference clearly. This is definitely a game changer. Now all that's left are the in-game graphics settings, on which we'll have a closer look now. Okay, after loading up a test session, choose options on the top and head over to the graphics settings. Here you can see my settings, which are pretty much maxed out, besides not loading the maximum quality crowds and pit objects. Those are settings where you can save quite some FPS without sacrificing too much, as the crowds and pit crew members are not essential when you are battling out on track. One optional setting here is of course the motion blur. Having objects blurred when they pass by can help make a scene feel more natural and, more importantly, more pleasant for the eye. As this can also distract you while driving and might steal some of your vision clarity, you should definitely test out what suits you, but in the end we want to make the game look as awesome as possible, okay? Which is why we leave it turned on. Where you should 100% bet on motion blur is with the replay settings. Here it really can make the cars come to life and help you add some more motion to your shot, which also applies while making screenshots. Other than that, the rest of the settings are also on max. Feel free to pause the video and copy those settings as well. Would you look at that, what a difference! Doesn't it look amazing? Let me know down in the comment section how you like this little trick and what settings you are running. But anyways, if you need more sim racing action, right now check out overtake.gg and our socials, and don't forget to get subscribed around here so you won't miss a thing. On the top right we have Dan Suzuki's 5 things he wished he knew when he started iRacing, and underneath there's something just for you. Thanks for joining me today, have fun on track, and speak to you soon. Cheers!